Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, you darn right. What's happening, party people? Great to see everybody lined up today. We've got the PMP Familia taking their customary places, and that's everybody from John Joseph to Noemi to Joe Schmo to Ragsy in New Jersey. My main man, Ryan Fong, Holmes. Ryan effing Fong is in the house. And Ryan Fong says, hey, Ragsy, and I like this whole Ragsy movement that's going on. People adding a Y to Rags' name. Ragsy's in the house, holding down the great state of New Jersey. And Ryan Fong goes, oh, Ryan Fong is in Orlando, Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, man, do you think Grateful Dead used to play in Orlando, Florida? I never saw him down there, but they used to do spring shows at the Orlando Arena where the Orlando Magic used to play. And, dude, when the Dead were playing in Orlando, Tony, that was like the Shaquille O'Neal Orlando Magic era. You know what I'm saying? And now I look back and I'm like, damn, I should have hit the Grateful Dead in Florida. They used to play Miami, too. They used to play the arena in Miami. But I never got down there. I always like kind of did the Northeast. That was my domain when I was touring with the Grateful Dead.
That was when Shaq wore jersey number 32, if I'm not mistaken. And also, dare I say, Tom Tolbert's Orlando Magic as well, because he was a member of the right.
100%. What is that? The team that drafted him? Tolbert got drafted by Orlando. I think that's right. And then he came to Golden State.
Was it Charlotte? No, dude. Now I got.
Now we got to break out the basketball card. But his career ended in Golden State, right? That was like the last stop on the Tolbert Express, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice, dude. The Tolbert Express.
Yeah.
He was drafted by the Hornets. Yeah, drafted by the Hornets, and then the Warriors, then the Magic, then the Clippers, then the Hornets again. So no, the Warriors were only a 3-year stint. God, that's funny, dude. I always just think of Tom as a Warrior.
He's a Warrior. Tom is a Warrior, as far as I'm concerned, you know?
I'm a Warriors. I'm always going to be a Warrior.
Oh, shout out Monte Ellis. Where is he now? Where's Monte? He's out there somewhere doing Monte Ellis stuff. I'm a Warriors. I'm always going to be a Warriors. Dude, I'm a Warriors. The best.
I'm a Warriors, dude. Yeah. And by the way, Tom Tolbert with Brent Jones yesterday. Great stuff. If you missed it, go to the Bay Area
Sports It's so great to have Tom back dropping science. Shout out to Beastie Boys, the sounds of science. And
here we go, dropping science, dropping them all over.
And by the way, shout out to
the Range Rover.
Yeah. Well, here's a little story that I'd like to tell. By the way, shout out. Sorry for a little.
In the rhymes of sucker MC amateurs.
I did it like this. I did it like that. I did it with a wiffle ball bat. So, hey,
I'm on the rhyme. The cops got my gun. But right about now, it's time to have some fun. The King Ad Rock. That is my name. They all drinking more wet when we got the champagne.
Just that right there. King Ad Rock, dude. The guy's name is Adam. Yeah, Adam becomes King Ad Rock. Yeah.
Drinking Moet. We got the champagne, dude.
Oh, dude. Looking down the barrel of a gun, son of a bitch, getting paid, getting rich. Blah, blah. Oh, totally. I mean, just a little detour there. Sorry, folks. Okay. I want to shout out Arkansas Dave. He asked me a direct question, and I want to say, Dave, no, I'm not familiar with that amphitheater. But I'm sure it's lovely, and I hope you attend many musical events there this summer. Always good to get out there and support your local musicians. Hey, I happen to be one. Come on out and support me on March 20th at the Brisbane Inn. We are shaping this thing up nicely. 2 sets of music, 1 set, the opening set. It's going to be a mixed bag, everything from, I don't know, Rolling Stones. We got U2 in there. I've got Bad Company in there. I've got Aerosmith in there. I've got the Grateful Dead in there. And then set 2, all Bob Weir tribute. It's going to be a lot of fun. Tony, go ahead.
Paul, how deep is your love? How deep is your glove? How deep is the set going to go? Because I've got Dom Little League Baseball Friday Night Lights that night, and I want to know if when the final out is recorded, if I can jump in my ride, my hoopty. Can I jump in my hoopty and get up to Brisbane? Will you still be gigging say 9:30.
100%. Music will be blasted at 9:30. In fact, we'll be in our Grateful Dead set at that juncture.
Beautiful. Maybe can we have a cosmic third set where we just start spinning in the corners and kind of just, I don't know. I could bring a disco ball. You want me to bring a fog? You want me to bring a fog machine?
Please do. I would love a fog machine. And I got to tell you, now that we've added this guitar player, I got this guy named Tyler Schusterman playing lead guitar, and that's going to lift the entire thing up. I figured this out, Tony. When you're dealing with like a mediocre talent like me, and that's what I am. I'm going to admit that. I'm about a C student when it comes to music. I'm a C minus. At my best, I'm a C plus. But I figured this out. If you surround yourself with great players, suddenly you're faking it and no one's going to know the difference. So I've put great musicians all around me. I got a great drummer, I got a great bass player, and I got a great lead guitar player. I just happen to be singing the songs. But anyway, we're going to have a great time. And yes, Tony, get your ass down there. And maybe we drag your ass up on stage again too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my formula, Paulie, for life. Is my formula is to surround myself with people better than myself and just ride coattails. Seriously,
no question. I mean, you look at a bit like, watch me piss off the U2 fans with this. You look at a band like U2 and you put Bono in the middle of that sound hurricane, and suddenly Bono sounds really good. I actually like Bono.
Well, did you see the comments he said about like something about all of U2 is just his connection with God, and it's all just a divine connection. Did you see?
No. When was this? When did he?
I just read this yesterday. It's something about lyrics of a new song, and it's about how it's all the success of U2 is all because of his divine connection.
All right, hey, whatever works, man.
Respect.
Yeah.
I will put up the Unforgettable Fire and the Joshua Tree up against for me personally. Like those two albums, just and then. And then, dude, throw
in an Actung Baby while you're at it. Everything on there rules. Every single song on Actung Baby is.
I'm gonna piss off YouTube fans or people again, but Pop, dude, I will stand by Pop
100%,
ever,
100%,
ever.
Yeah, 100%. That's a
Paulie and I bonded on that album. I remember I went to that show and you couldn't like that.
I rejected it. I rejected it. I was like, no, I'm not going to that. That's not U2. That's not the U2 I know and love. Because U2, like now that I look back on that, I see how small-minded I was, and I really missed out. I wish I could have gone to that tour. It's a big regret, and I have a few of those along the way, shows that I passed up. And that's definitely one of them. In fact, when you saw U2 that night, was Public Enemy opening?
Gosh, I don't.
Because they opened a bunch of shows, I believe, on that tour, and I think Oasis was opening. It was a great bill, and I'm like, nah.
I think it was Oasis, and I was like, I'm going to stay in the parking lot. Honestly, God, I think it was.
Oasis. No, I hear you. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't need a whole lot of Gallaghers in my life. I don't need either one of them. Not really. Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody that watches the show that likes Oasis. They're just not my cup of tea. That's all.
Look at this. I got Sweet Mad Hatter coming in strong with the leg bong invention and dropping. This is great. How about this? He goes, Sweet Mad Hatter. I also went to see U2 Pop at Austin Stadium. The Butthole Surfers opened, and it was amazing. Those guys, we've talked about the Butthole Surfers on the show before. I don't know if you guys remember this rap we had, and we will get into the guts of the show. There is a lot going on today, sports fans, and we're going to get into all of it. But final comment on U2 and the Surfers. When the Butthole Surfers played the first Lollapalooza tour, they did this thing I've never seen anybody do before or since. And if they tried doing this today, they'd probably get tackled and arrested on stage. The lead singer of this band, his name is Gibby Haynes. These guys are out of their effing minds, dude. The Surfers, they're from Texas. I think they've taken a lot of chemical enhancements over the years, and these guys are way out there. Mm-hmm. This dude walked on stage with a freaking shotgun, and he pointed it at the audience and started busting off shots. I was like, whoa, people were like literally ducking for cover. It was a pretty startling moment. Now there's all blanks, but this guy had the gun mic'd up. So when he like locked and loaded this thing, it was like, chick, chick, boom. It was, I can't tell you how loud. He was aiming it right at the crowd.
I got to be honest, man. When I go to a show, that's probably the last sound I want to hear.
A gun getting locked and loaded. Yeah. Same here. I'm not looking to get shot at by the band. You know what I mean? At all.
Yeah. I'm going to like relax and kind of escape everything. And next thing you know, I don't need to get like, jump scare by a gunshot. Paulie, I'm going to go right into it. Stand by, please, if you don't mind. I got to get into it.
Yeah. It's business time.
Okay. We're going to get into numerology today, Paulie. We're going to get into some birthdays today. We're going to do a top 3. We're going to do bookmarks. We're going to do our free agency, WBC, WCC. Okay.
Yeah.
Stand by. Okay. If you don't mind.
I'm standing. I'm right here.
There we go, Paulie. Episode 279. Thank you, all of you, for checking out the show on YouTube at Polymax Particles is the name of the channel. Please visit our channel at Polymax Particles on YouTube and like and subscribe while you're there. Feed that algorithm. We also have the audio versions available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. And we're also, we're on X/Twitter. We also are on Instagram Live, and we post shorts on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and Blue Sky. And so we're all over the
place. It's blanket coverage with PMP. We're trying to give you blanket coverage anyway. And Tony, let's not forget, lest we forget, the good people who have chosen to consume the show on the Cron 4 Plus app, as we are streaming on demand for free 5 days a week, courtesy of the Cron 4 Plus app. Thank you so much, Cron 4. Big meeting with Chris Flynn coming up. Big one.
Yep. Cron Chris. And all that. We want to update the chronics after our meeting with Cron Chris. I just spoke to him today. Big meeting next week. We're going to have with him about kind of laying out the roadmap for the rest of the year. I got a good chat with Don Peralta today about March 25th. Please come join us at Standard Deviant on Pier 70, 1070 Maryland Street, our new brewery sponsor, beer sponsor. We're so proud to be partners with them. And we're going to do our Giants season opening party there for first pitch 5:05 against the Yankees on Wednesday night. Arson Judge is in the house, and Logan Webb taking the hill against Arson Judge. It's going to be a lot of fun. Come join us for beers and baseball. And Neil Donardi and the Pizza Wagon will be right outside slinging pizzas. I see Andrew Markoulis on the chat. What's up, Andrew? He's up at Tahoe. He says it's 60 degrees in Tahoe today. That's too warm.
I'm a big Markoulis fan. I'm a fan of the whole mystique. I enjoy his whole vibe. I'll never forget the night we had and we'll do it again this year, kids. We'll do it again this summer. We'll have another Giants outing where we all go catch a Giant game together. Yep. And I remember at the end, that turned into just a throwdown party. That was such a great night. That's the night Escobar and I were cruising on 3rd Street after the game. A group of us, including us, Humdinger 87, she was part of it. We all wound up back at Longbridge Pizza after the game super late. And when I left, Markoulis was still going. And I was like, we got to let Neil go home at some point, right? It was like 11 o'clock. He was the life of the party. So anyway, I'm a big Markoulis fan. Tony, you're a tiny bit blurry, FYI. Yeah.
Really? Okay, stand by. I'll be back. Stand by.
Come on back. Yeah. Jump ship and then come on back. I'll hold it down until then. Folks, what we're going to do today, as Tony was getting into, is we are going to talk about the World Baseball Classic, big game against Italy coming up tonight. The WCC tournament last night, we had a good time, creating these stakes yesterday, Tony and I. That bet will be acknowledged today, and we're also going to talk about how Tony is going to live up to his end of the bargain, as he did lose that game. I feel so good for Santa Clara. I don't know how many of you were watching that game last night, but the Santa Clara, you're still okay. Focusing, coming in.
Yeah, it kind of takes a little time, Paulie. I don't know what the deal is, but it takes a little time. It happens with you too. You come back a little fuzzy, or you come back clear, and then you get a little fuzzy, then you come back clear, and you look so damn good. It's kind of like when in our teenage years when we used to wipe our pores with Clearasil during the acne phase.
Yes,
just to clear off the acne. Yeah. By the way, dude, my kids are starting to get pimples. It's pretty funny, man. It's pretty funny. That phase is coming. But I didn't mean to interrupt your celebration.
Such a hard place to be when you're a teenager, and then bam, you got like little zits breaking out and stuff. It's an embarrassing point of growing up, I have to say.
Dude, I had a little scene on my forehead. I remember that in like early high school. I had a little scene. It sucked. But Paul, I didn't mean to interrupt your WCC Santa Clara Broncos celebration party.
It is a celebration. I got to tell you, that was a great game. It lived up to all the hype, and it turned out I didn't need those 5 points at all. I didn't need them.
Never needed them. I was watching WBC most of the night. Like I was really locked into Giants. USA, Mexico.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that too. I got to give Mexico a little bit of credit too for fighting back to hitting those 2 home runs. Yep. Like they didn't go quietly. U.S. had that 5-zip lead, and Mexico scratched and clawed. They hung around. A lot of respect for that team, and but the U.S. moves on. Go ahead.
Totally, Paulie. But then I checked in a couple of times. I'm like, oh, dude, it's 1 point game. Oh, Jesus, it's a 3 point game. Oh, what the hell? They're behind.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I was like, oh, my bet is toast, dude. And I got to be honest, as soon as I locked off the show yesterday, I'm like, damn, I can totally smell the Gales gagging and Broncos clutching up. And I'm gonna have to feed the beast. Go ahead.
I'm way more relaxed today than I was yesterday with the bad mood rising. I feel my bad mood rising. It works for me. The bad mood Monday. I'm in a much better mood today, and I was just thrilled with the game itself.
Mm-hmm.
It was a game, and I felt so good and so happy for the Santa Clara fans. Their fan base was going nuts at the end of that game. They haven't had the kind of success St. Mary's has had, certainly not the kind of success the Gonzaga has had. And that's what you've got today. You've got yourself. By the way, listen to this busy sports schedule, Bay Area fans. We are going to have that remote. We're going to be working overtime. All happening today, starting around 4 p.m. You've got the Sharks in Buffalo. You've got the World Baseball Classic. You've got the WCC title game between the Broncos and the Zags. You've got Warriors Bulls at Chase Center for your nightcap. So it's going to be a really busy day, and I'm looking forward to all of those. I plan on spending time with each and every one. I did watch a lot of that Warrior game last night. My heart breaks for these guys, man. They're going out there and they lost another just a heartbreaker. That's no other way to describe it. They dropped that game by 3 points. What was it? Yeah, 119-116 is your final score. I think one of the big noteworthy aspects of last night's Warrior game was the return of Seth Curry, who hadn't played since December. I think it was December last time we saw him. He's had that back problem, sciatica nerve and all that, and his leg was all messed up, but he came back. He was hitting shots. Great to see. We actually didn't talk about this yesterday, Tony, but we did have a Porzingis sighting on Saturday too. He was out there against OKC, but here's the troubling thing. They lose a heartbreaker in OKC. They lose a heartbreaker last night. And I got to tell you, in Utah, and you look at the numbers without Steph Curry, they're 9-16 without Steph Curry. It just shows you. I mean, I think we realize what Steph's value is, but that kind of underscores. And then final thing on this, and I know we're going to get into this deeper later in the show. Steve Kerr, after the game again, going on a big rap about how he is adamant that the NBA has to shorten the season. Oh, and he says take 10 games off the schedule. Now, he might feel that way because the Warriors have had more back-to-backs, including they got another one right now. They were in Utah last night. They got a game at home tonight. The NBA has clobbered the Warriors with, and they've saddled them with the most back-to-backs of any other team in the NBA. So I get where that's coming from, but more on that later. And just a quick note, and then we can do numerology, top three, we'll get into everything. Fareed, our very own Robot Centaur, I don't think you're going to see him on the chat today. He had to reschedule. He was going to join us today to talk about NFL free agency, and there's a lot going on there too. I think by tomorrow night, Tony, we'll have a better focus on everything because people are the actual free agency starts tomorrow. So we'll try to move Fareed to tomorrow night, but he can't join us today. Just updating everybody.
Dude, the guy is a father of three with a fourth on the way. So it's like a respect, dude. When you have familial duties, we get it. We totally get it. So Fareed, we'll reschedule Robot Centaur. The Robot Centaur sports desk is a busy place. So we'll figure it out and we'll get back to Fareed on the show. But Paulie, I'm going to slap both of us. Okay, because
give me another one. Thank you.
I remember stinking badges yesterday saying, "What? No slaps today?"
Yeah, no, I need slaps always. Yeah,
every day. But I want to just go back to numerology real quick. Episode 279. I'm going to go. I don't know. This is maybe it's because my hatred of the Dallas Cowboys that I know a lot of Dallas Cowboy numbers.
Go ahead.
But I'm going to give you Harvey Martin.
Yeah.
Harvey Martin, the big 79 for the Cowboys, man. I know there's another big 79 that you can give Paulie if you'd like to for the
Niners. I will. It's only appropriate. I believe this gentleman has 3 Super Bowl rings. Count them, 1, 2, and 3. Yep. His name, he's known in the locker room as H. Okay. He's the guy Joe Montana had to calm down in the Super Bowl when they drove down the field against the Bengals at the end of the game. Montana to Taylor. Hey, H, there's John Candy. That whole bit. Of course, we're talking Harris effing Barton. Oh. Tony out of North Carolina. Okay. Sure. Bill Belichick squad now. And also, you know what? Greatest 2 Tar Heel football players of all time, in my estimation. You got Harris Barton, perennial all-pro guy, 3-time world champion. And then the best defensive player I've ever seen in my lifetime, Lawrence Taylor. Also out of North Carolina. That guy's where he played his college ball. Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy is my uncle Paul coaches football. Tonelli, you guys have seen him on the show. He coaches football at Sacred Heart Prep. He used to coach at SI for over 20 years, I think.
How'd they let him get away? How would they let one get away?
I think that his wife was like, are we gonna ever get to hang out? Or is it just gonna be like me saying goodbye, good luck in your football game? Oh, you're leaving the house at 3 a.m. for your morning show? Okay. Like he would leave the house at 3 a.m. for Lamont Tonelli and then come home at like 7 p.m. after coaching football. So he took a year off, and then I think he missed it so much, but he took a job right like near his house in Menlo Park. So my point is, though, Harris Barton's kid plays for Sacred Heart Prep, so Harris Barton is there, and so does David Shaw's kid plays at Sacred Heart Prep down there in the Menlo Park, Menlo Atherton area. The campus is ridiculous, but my point being is Barton still present on the peninsula. And when I worked at the House of Bagels in college, Harris Barton used to come in, I don't know, 2 or 3 times a week, sesame bagel, lightly toasted, plain cream cheese, open faced.
Okay, open face. You ever take that recipe right there and then just throw a couple slices of tomato on top? Because I've done that.
Paulie, I had to go to the doctor in college because I ate so many bagels. I remember I had a stomach issue, and I had to start as a
little too much yeast, probably a little too much yeast. I don't know.
As a 20-year-old, I was like, things are not good in my system. I'm not regular, as they say. So I started drinking the stuff called Citrusil, which is like it's not a laxative, but it was it's supposed to just get things going. Anyway, I go to the doctor, and he's like, well, tell me about your diet. And I go, well, I work at a bagel shop, and I don't know. And he goes, well, what do you eat? And I go, I don't know, probably 3 to 5 bagels a day. And he goes, wait,
that's a lot of freaking bagels, Holmes. Yeah. That's a lot of 3 to 5 a day. Let's do the math on that.
You do work at a bagel shop, and you get these fresh bagels coming out.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%.
Impossible to turn down an everything bagel. Fresh out of the oven. You have chive cream cheese, you got fresh tomato, you got capers, you got lox, you got all kinds of different goodies to put on your bagel.
I got to jump in on this too, and then I got to give some love to the PMP Familia. They got all kinds of 79s that are contributing. I want to give love to all you guys, and I will. Tony, you want to hear something ironic? We're talking about Harris Barton. We're talking about bagels. True story. Our mutual friend, Michael Altman, he's one of the kings of the Fairfax community. He's up there. He used to own the Iron Springs Brewery, where Tony and I played a bunch of gigs opening up for Barry Sless. We had some really fun times up there. But I asked Michael. Now, Michael is a New York transplant. Like, if you remember at Iron Springs, he had a couple of Mets posters up behind the bar and stuff. He's a great guy, big deadhead, super chill, super great guy.
Mike works for the Giants. You'll see him at Oracle Park working for the Giants.
He actually escorts Mike Krukow from his arrival up to the broadcast booth. That's my buddy Michael who does that. But anyway, I asked Michael not that long ago, and I forget if I've mentioned this on the show, but it's worth it. Now, Corinne, this will be helpful for you, although you probably already know this. Anybody who's up here in the North Bay, San Rafael, Fairfax, Corte Madera, that whole bit, I asked Michael, I go, dude, where do you get your bagels? Help me out with some bagels up here in this area. And the name of the place, and it's in San Anselmo, is actually called Barton's Bagels. That's the name of the place, Barton's Bagels. And it's incredible. I've been hooked on Barton's. And he goes, take it from me. I'm a Jewish guy from New York City.
Yep.
Go to Barton's Bagels. I go, done, sold, done. And anyway, highly recommended.
When I worked at House of Bagels, and I guarantee you Barton's Bagels probably does the same thing. They probably boil their dough. They don't steam the dough. Yeah. And they probably use the wooden slats to put it in the oven. And then you flip the wooden slats to get the crispy on the bottom with the cornmeal and then the soft on the top. I'm telling you, I had the greatest New York clientele that would come into House of Bagels saying, this is the only spot that makes New York bagels. Yeah. Give me those bagels. And then Barton would come in and say, give me a dozen sesame bagels and toast one up for me and give it to me open-faced, plain schmear. And schmear, by the way, it's not cream cheese.
You got to throw some schmear. I got to tell you what, I'm a sesame bagel too. That's my go-to bagel is a sesame. Rags talking about bagels in the old days in New Jersey with Winks, 100%. Rags and I would go pick up Winks, and Winks would come downstairs like shaking from the night before. He'd be like shaking. Remember that, Rags? He'd always be like shaking, and we'd have to go calm his nerves at the bagel store in that's in Denville, New Jersey. Okay. To catch up.
Pause. Andrew Markoulis coming in with the boiled and lye water. Dude, look at Andrew Markoulis breaking it down, dude. It's a special kind of water. And by the way, there's so many stories, man. We had the walk-in. You're taking me back down memory lane of House of Bagels, Paulie. We had a walk-in freezer. So that's where we would go. We turned like Odwalla bottles into little bongs and used the walk-in freezer.
Dude, there's a lot of hanky. There's a lot of shenanigans that go on in those freezers.
Dude,
I got a couple of freezer stories of my own that when I worked at a diner in New Jersey. I'll give them to you in a second. Go ahead.
100%.
Yeah.
And then I gotta shout out this female customer that came in, I don't know, probably once a week. And we never had the heart to tell her that she was pronouncing it wrong, but she would always order bagels. And then she'd be like, and give me one of them Oranginas. And you know the drink Orangina?
Yeah, totally. I like Orangina better, frankly.
Yeah.
I do. I like it better. I think that's my preferred.
Orangina. She said Orangina. We're like, you know what? No one's correcting her. We're going to let her go with it. And it was comedy every time she came in. And then also shout out to the 7-Eleven right down the street that would let us swap a dozen bagels at the end of the shift for a 6-pack of beer. This is in college, dude. I said that I ate 3 to 5 bagels a day. It's because I was in college.
Not
I could have a bagel for breakfast. I could have a bagel sandwich for lunch. And then I could have like a pizza bagel for dinner. It was golden. And then maybe mix in 1 or 2 in between.
So the first actual job I ever had in my life, by the way, just for the record, I've been working since I was about 14 years old, and I'm not exaggerating. These kids today, dude, they don't even think about getting a job till they're like almost graduating high school. But back in our day, we had to go to work. My dad wasn't having it. He was like, you're not sitting around all summer. Go get a job. I'm like, okay. So I did. And like a lot of us, we used to work at this diner. It was our local diner in New Jersey. It was called Paul's Diner. Nice. And we all used to work there. I was just a busboy. I was 14 years old, man. I was a busboy. I was cleaning tables off. But we all of us at Paul's Diner, including Rags, we used to go duck into the freezer. You want to know why? Because in the freezer, they had shelves of those whipped cream canisters, and you can guess what happened from there. Yeah. We'd be sitting in there, dude, just pulling whippets off the whipped cream canister, and we'd be doing it throughout the day. There's like, let's go pull some whippets. I just cleaned the table. Let's go take a couple of pulls. So we'd be doing whippets. And my other great Paul's Diner store, I'll never forget this. The first time I saw Bruce Springsteen in my life was on the Born in the USA tour. And he was doing like, I don't remember, 5-6 shows at Giant Stadium, something like that. And I had ticket. It was the first time I was seeing Bruce. And we were all working, and I had to go to the show that night. And I remember like the head, this guy was our boss. I don't remember. He was like the manager or something. He walked out at like in the middle of the afternoon, and this is what he said. He goes, all right, listen, everybody, if anybody here is going to see Bruce Springsteen tonight, you can leave your shift early. And I was like, wow. So he let us, the guy let all of us who were seeing Bruce out early that day, and we all got to see the boss. That was really cool. Anyway, you got more? I know we're all over the place,
I do want to say, well, first of all, shout out to Whippets all damn day. And then I saw Rags mention this in the chat, dude. Just shout out to the almighty Bialy. Dude, if you've ever had a Bialy.
Tony Soprano was a big Bialy
guy.
That's
what they were saying on the chat, and I remember. So Tony Soprano loved Bialys. I loved a good Bialy. We also had the onion flats, dude. This is taking
onion flat, I like the name of that, dude. Paulie Mack and the onion flats.
Onion flats were fantastic. It was like an onion bagel, but just a flat. It was great. And then they made great bagel dogs, dude. Shout out the old bagel dogs. Anyways, I know. Well, I'm going to do this to myself. We started this out with numerology. And
I know. I'm still trying to get caught up because I got a whole bunch. I got to give some love to our audience. They had some great 79s. I'll get there in a sec.
Yes. Well, I'm going to flip 79 around and go 97, Paulie. I'll take Nick Bosa if you want to take your guy, our guy.
I'll take the guy who's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. I'll take the guy who won a Super Bowl as a rookie. I'll take the guy that I admire, like I admire few people on this earth. His name is Bryant Young. I do. When I'm around Bryant Young, I'm like a schoolgirl. I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, I'm so in awe of him, and I have so much respect for him. Anybody who saw Bryant Young played, you guys know what I'm talking about. He was a one-of-a-kind Niner. Nick Bosa needs to do what Bryant Young has already done. And the fact that Bosa's wearing Bryant Young's number, I'm not thrilled about that. I got to be totally honest with you. Bryant Young is in the Hall of Fame. Why is Bosa wearing his number? You know what I mean? Ooh. Like, how about 98? You know what I mean? Show a little respect. Anyway, until Bosa wins a ring, I'm going to be very hard on him. I'm taking a new hard line approach with the Niners, and we have Niner news. We got to get into this. Okay, so Tony, first of all,
yes,
numerology love for the audience. Corinne in Fairfax, she goes, guys, Jim Stuckey. Okay,
yeah, Jim Stuckey. Nice.
Very nice. Rags comes in and he said that he goes, Harvey Martin was a co-MVP of Super Bowl 12. Is that the one against the Broncos in the Superdome, Rags? It had to be, right? Bronco one. And my question is, who was the other co-MVP? If Harvey Martin was a co-MVP, who was the other guy? Okay, then we've got Dom. We got Dom Peralta, our very own. He goes, guys, Gene Machi. Okay, Gene Machi. Great call, Dom. Great freaking call.
Wow.
And then Los D showing some respect to the generation that preceded us. Yep. He goes, guys, don't forget about Bob St. Clair. Totally. Bob St. Clair, man. Great call. Great call, Los D.
Also, you want to go in any good number 29s because you got 2 and 9 in there. 29. I'll go Don Griffin. I'll give you Don Griffin.
I believe. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if this guy was 28 or 20. I think he was 20.
And then I'll give you Tim Wallach. Tim Wallach was 29.
Okay, nice, very nice. I'll take a little Wallach every now and again. I really will. All right, Tony, let's get the wheels on this bad boy. Let's give a sponsor some love. We're 30 minutes into the show, and we really haven't. We've been all over the place.
Dare I say right now? We're doing a top 3 and we're doing bookmarks. I'm just laying down the law today.
Sure.
I don't care if it has to be a speed 3, but we're doing a 3 and we're doing bookmarks. We're gonna get Joy Boy out and bring Joy Boy on this page.
It's been way too long. I need some Joy Boy. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go Tom Stack, Arrow, Tony's top 3. How's that sound? Okay.
Beautiful.
Let's talk about my friend Tom Stack. He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of yours. He's a friend to the scene. He is a broker with Coldwell Banker Realty, and we've had him on the show in the past after Bob Weir passed away. Tom Stack is one of these people who actually knew Bob Weir. You know what I mean? He worked with and around the Grateful Dead for a very long time, and he invented that entire line of merchandise called Club Dead. If you remember those stickers and shirts, that was all Tom Stack. That was his baby. He invented all that stuff. He created all that, I should say. Now, though, his second act in life is being a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Realty. He is 20 years in the business doing that. He still produces music events all over the East Bay. Like, he's very active in Lafayette and the Town Hall Theater, where I gigged with the Freestone Peaches once. That was a Tom Stack production. But anyway, you get the idea that Tom Stack is what you would call a people person. He loves being around people. He's a very social guy. He's a very easy guy to talk to. And he is the right kind of person you can entrust when it's time for you to buy a house, or if it's time for you to sell a house, or if you're buying your second, third, fourth house, whatever. Tom is a great, great ally in the real estate game. Think about that. Like, we have all these great allies now. We've got financial allies. We've got a dentist who's an ally. More on him later in the show today. We've got a real estate ally. That's Tom Stack. And listen, when it is time to buy a house, it is time to have that conversation with Tom Stack. This is the guy who is going to give you the proper guidance that you need. This is the guy that's not going to steer you down some bad road that's going to be a house that doesn't fit your needs. He will provide you with the assistance you need to take you through that process. And folks, if you haven't done it, it is a process. It's a hell of a thing to go through buying a house. It can be very stressful. So let's reduce the stress as much as possible with the right agent. And that, my friends, is Tom Stack with Coldwell Banker Realty. He is here for you. He's going to treat you like a rock star. Tony's going to tell you about his territories out in the La Marinda corridor. But in the meantime, contact info. Tom Stack is available to take your calls today and every day at 925-878-9964. There we are at 710 Ashbury, 925-878-9964. You can also email Tom. I encourage you to do that. Just have a conversation with him. Patty from Napa, the great queen of the scene, she's already talked to Tom about some business that she's taking care of real estate wise in Lake Havasu. So he knows people all over the place. If he doesn't directly sell your house, or if he's not working directly for you as an agent, he will plug you in with the right people on the peninsula in the North Bay. He handles a lot of territory in the East Bay. Tony's going to tell you about that. But again, Tom Stack can also be reached via email. It is tom.stack@cbnorcal.com, Tony. And thank you, Tom. We freaking love you, buddy.
Yeah, we love Tom Stack and love having him as a partner. And Paulie, I love that he represents the La Marinda corridor, which is Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda. And I was a resident of Moraga for a couple years when I was a St. Mary's Gale.
More on that coming up. More on that
Yeah.
coming up. Yeah.
More on that coming up, but I love that area. And Moraga is a very cool town. They have a very cool brewery there now called Canyon Club. But I want to talk to Tom, see if he could bring back the Moraga Barn, because that was a great bar when I was at St. Mary's, the Moraga Barn. It literally was a barn. And then also the shout out to the Roundup, which is a bar in Lafayette, old school bar, great spot called the Roundup in Lafayette. So it's just a great region out there, Paulie. But Tom, bring back the Moraga Barn if you can. I know you got a lot of clout in this region, but if you are looking to buy or sell in that area, that is Tom's neck of the woods. But he also does Greater East Bay, Martinez, Concord, Pleasant Hill, all those areas, Walnut Creek. Tom knows his S when it comes to that area and when it comes to real estate. And it's not just me saying this. This is a review from Gary in Moraga, not Gary Radnich, not Gary from Weird Science, but Gary in Moraga. And
Gary was just taking an S. Tony, go ahead. Yeah.
Gary.
Yeah.
You told me you were combing your hair.
Mom, I never do the double hander going sideways. Yeah. I never. Yeah. Mom. Yeah.
Lucy, give me the phone. Dial the goddamn police. Lucy.
Give me the goddamn phone. 100%. 100%. Dude. Oh, that was good.
You're out of shape, Al.
Yeah,
I'll kick your
ass. Yeah, I'll kick your ass. And by the way, Kelly LeBrock, I believe, is wearing like a spandex outfit with suspenders, Holmes.
Yes.
She's got suspenders on. Just throwing that out there. Yeah.
Dude, I'm taking Gary to a party.
Yeah, chains, dips, whips, all that. Yeah.
Well, sorry, Paulie. So
Finish
Gary
up
from Moraga, not Gary from Weird Science, Gary from Moraga.
No.
He titles this review. He titles this "No Second Guessing," and listen to what he says here.
Okay.
As if buying a new home isn't stressful enough, the decision to do so in a new and unfamiliar area can be absolutely keep one up at night. That is why it is singularly imperative that this stress level need be reduced so as not to interfere with the many choices one has to make in finding the perfect house. One of those most important choices takes place at the very beginning of this process and is a vital piece in knowing that once the house is found, there's no second guessing that the right decisions were made along the way. Most agents know the marketplace, but above all, Tom Stack, possessing not only complete understanding and knowledge of the area, went out of his way to know us, our goals, ideas, and our wants. And in doing so, formulated a very effective plan that resulted in a nearly stress-free experience in finding our home. So that is from Gary and Moraga. And by the way, he capitalized the sentence, Tom went out of his way to know us.
Yeah.
And our goals and our ideas and wants. And that's what that in a nutshell tells you about Tom Stack, that he wants to get to know you. It's not about just selling a house. He wants to get to know you. So Tom Stack, give him a call, 925-878-9964, 878-9964, or email him, tom.stack@cbnorcal.com.
Okay, and thank you, Tony. Well said, and thank you, Tom Stack. Much love to you, brother. And we will see Tom at Springsteen. He's all over the place. Dude, he's going to Cleveland to see Bruce on top of the San Francisco show. Okay, Tony, we promised the folks a top three. Let's get into that right now. And I believe these are all topical, connected to the sporting events of their sporting news of the day. So dazzle me, give me the open. Let's rock your top three, kid. Let's do it.
And by the way, dude, Fareed, yes, he is handling his family right now, but he's still texting updates, free agency updates on text threads. So this
Thank
is
you,
amazing.
Fareed. Yeah.
We can get into that later on in the show, but for right now, we can get into
Tony's top three.
Yeah.
Tony's top three.
Yes.
Tony's top three.
Oh, and I got to get to the ducks.
I want my ducks. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Nice and groovy, nice and chill on a Tuesday. Everybody's chilling today. We're feeding ducks. We're doing a top three. Creative Tony, dazzle me with your list. What do you got?
I'm going to do a 1A and 1B. Okay. And we're going to do this has to be because I want to do a quick 1A, Paulie.
Okay. Yeah. Whatever you want to do, man. Yeah.
When I saw news that Kendrick Bourne signed with the Arizona Cardinals. 2 years, 11.5 mil for 2 years, and then there's incentives, of course. It bummed me out because I was like, damn, that's a guy that I really wanted to see for a second year with Purdy. Really comfortable, a full preseason, a full season. I thought,
and he doesn't run his mouth. He doesn't like stomp his feet and make demands. And he's just like he shows up for work. I like Kendrick Bourne too. I was sorry to see him go.
Okay, yeah. So do you share the sadness of seeing a Kendrick Bourne? And plus his vibe, dude. The guy's
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He's like the anti-Pearsall. He's like the anti-Juwan Jennings. Like, you don't hear about him making demands. You don't see dancing videos from Kendrick Bourne. He's a pro football player, man. And I like his professional attitude, and I wish him well. It's just another talented receiver walking out the door. Now, again, I realize he's not a game changer, but he's very capable. You can trust him to make the catch. You just throw the ball out there, he's generally going to go get it. And I do feel it. I feel a pang of sadness letting Kendrick Bourne get away. Yes.
Yeah, me too, man. And I'm just going to share this just because you mentioned it, and Paulie, because I don't see Kendrick Bourne doing this. I see, like, if Kendrick Bourne was to do dancing videos, he would incorporate his entire team or a bunch of guys.
Let me just remind everybody, this is right after the Seattle playoff game loss. Yep. This is what he feels like. This is what I got to do now, is start dancing. I'm working on touchdown celebration. You know what, bro? When I see this, it pisses me off. This is the problem. Here's the problem right here. You know what? I don't ever remember Ronnie Lott or Jeff Fuller or Harris Barton, Jesse Sapullo, Tom Rathman, Joe Montana. I don't remember them dancing after they got eliminated in the playoffs. So maybe that's part of the problem. I mean, dude, this ain't the time for celebratory dance steps, Pearsall. And again, why don't you post videos of yourself working out, like fortifying your body so you stay on the effing field this year? How's that sound? There's an idea.
Totally, dude. Yeah, that's dancing with the Pearsalls. That's how I'm just going to show you that video inspired this artwork from Dom Peralta. Thank you, Dom. And I just
the whole ninja thing too. I got a mask. Whatever, dude. That's what I'm saying to Pearsall. Whatever.
I hold out hope that maybe. So Brent, I mentioned Brent Jones on with Tom Tolbert yesterday, and Brent Jones made me feel better about the Mike Evans signing because he
can do that. Brent is very persuasive. He really is. Yeah.
And he talked about Mike Evans in the red zone, very 6'5". Oh, very effective in the red zone. So I and then he talked about also that the veteran leadership that he could lend to Ricky Pearsall. So those are glass half full. Just stay healthy, my friend.
Speaking of veteran leadership, Tony and I have a list of the number of 49ers that are over the age of 30. You want veteran leadership, you came to the right place, dude. It's like I said, against Seattle, it was like we opened up the gates to the senior citizen home and tried to cover the Seahawks. We had no chance. They were killing us with their speed on the edges. And you're going to see the list of our age group. It's a little startling, actually. It's half the roster, practically.
Totally. And that's why I'm glad. That's why I'm glad that the human bowling ball known as Kenneth Walker III is out of the NFC West. Go ahead. Go to KC. Go for it. And you know what? If Trent Williams wants to go block for you, go ahead, Trent. Go ahead.
Hey, Tony, only because you just mentioned Kenneth Walker. Let's just it's funny. We were talking about this guy yesterday, also connected to that story. With the arrival of Kenneth Walker, the Chiefs have let Isaiah Pacheco go. He is now with the Detroit Lions, and I think that's a great fit for him. If he's healthy, he's a great back, Pacheco. He's tough. He's hard-nosed. He's got great ability to get through holes and stuff like that. And I think Detroit is going to be a real good fit for him. Anyway, just side note.
Yeah, because also so David Montgomery signed he was traded to the Houston Texans. So they had to replace David Montgomery, and so now they have Isaiah Pacheco to basically be the second back in that system, and that's a powerful offense, man. And Jared Goff running the show. I'm happy for Pacheco because he wasn't getting the reps that I think he may have deserved in Kansas City. I didn't mean to go on this long with 1A of number 1 of top 3. So if you wouldn't mind, that we can go to 1B.
You're in charge, buddy. You do whatever you want. Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All right, but I am going to slap us around real quick if you don't mind.
Love it. I need it. Yeah.
just because this is just personal here, tell me if this is okay, Paulie.
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
Jerry
Okay.
Garcia sound bites are bomb proof. Like they always come through loud and clear. No, they really do. Like when everything else fails on the roadcaster, Jerry is always clear as a bell. So Jerry sounds great. Yes.
Okay, good. And that's
And by the way, I request more Jerry sound. I want more. Find some more Garcia interviews. Anything he says is phenomenal. Just give me Jerry talking about anything, please.
that entire interview is it's when they're sitting inside 7.
I know it. I know it like the back of my hand. Bobby smoking butts, but blowing little. Yeah, it's the greatest. Yeah.
And they're all sitting around the corner of one table, and Jerry's just dropping soundbite after soundbite after soundbite. So yeah, I'll dive back in. I'll definitely dive back in.
That's where he goes. We would all like to move the human race ahead a step or a couple of steps. It's the best. Yeah, the freaking best. Yeah.
Dude, and then but every time I hear that, one more time, just a reprise.
We would all like to be able to live an uncluttered life, a simple life, a good life.
You guys have no idea how much I miss that man. I miss him on a daily, and now you throw Bobby in the mix too. It's like it's almost too much. Anyway, Tony, go ahead. Go ahead.
When we paid our respects to former KMBR promotions director Isabel Lemon yesterday, who passed away over the weekend, I thought about Isabel cracking the whip on Jerry and Bobby and
there's no question. Put that cigarette out. What are you doing smoking? You know, like she's cleaning up the area. There's no question. She's walking around with that clipboard. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Good stuff. But 1B in Tony's top 3. You mentioned earlier, Dubs another tough loss, lose by 3 to Utah, and then Kerr mentioned again shortening the regular season of the NBA to 72 games. We did not give our opinions on that concept. So let's take Tony's top 3, 1B to that arena. Paulie, to that topic. Your thoughts on moving the regular season or reducing the regular season to 72 games?
I actually am going to reject that. I'm going to go against Steve Kerr on this, and I'll tell you why. You know, Steve Kerr, he knows, man. Steve Kerr played in an era where Michael Jordan would play 81, 82 games every year without fail. Michael Jordan has been on record as saying, like, he knew he was obviously knew he was a superstar. He was a global superstar. And he goes, listen, people come out and they pay money to see me play. I got to uphold my end of that bargain. I have so much respect for that. And when you look at that entire era, Bird, Magic, Worthy, Kareem, Jordan, you know, Dr. J, the Iceman, Gervin, all those guys, they played between 75 and 82 games every year without fail. There was no load management. There was no taking nights off. Now, I don't disagree with what Kerr is saying in principle. Guys are worn down. There's a lot of injuries. It is a long season. There's no question, but it can be done. My counter proposal to that would be, how about they just extend the season by 2 weeks and space the games out more? Stop whacking these teams with these back-to-backs, like, you know, 5-6 times a year. Just space it out a little more. Like, extend the season, add 2 more weeks to the schedule, and just give these guys more time to recuperate and recover. That would be my thing. I don't think they need to shorten the season. That's just me.
Well, these are 2 of Rags's favorite words, load management, are coming into play here, Paulie. And I'm with you. I don't want to do it, but I feel like with today's modern day athlete and the neediness, and is that a word? Neediness?
We're going to make it a word today. We're going to accept that. Yeah.
How needy these players are about how much time they need off. And I just wonder if he's thinking like, okay, we need to cater to this modern day athlete that is going to take time off regardless of what we put in place to make them play. So I'm wondering if he thinks that it's just going to be a better product for everybody, including the most important people, the people that pay the players' salaries, the NBA. The fans. I can see where he's coming from. I hate the idea. I hate the idea. Yeah. But I can see where he's coming from. And if I can get 72 games and then like part of the reduction is there is no such thing as load management. You are not allowed to take a night off unless you are injured. And it's, I don't know. Can we go back to the days of a doctor's note? Like put the doctor's note on the Jumbotron in the arena.
Oh, nice.
Right? So all the fans can see the doctor's note. Like, you know, so I don't know. I hate the idea, but I get where he's coming from, Paulie. So I love Steve Kerr. We love Steve Kerr. So
I think Kerr is just frustrated. I think he's frustrated. Again, like, I don't know. Escobar just put something up about, he said he thinks they've had 17 back-to-backs this year. I know what you're saying, which it is something like that. I know it's the most in the NBA. So being on the receiving end of that kind of brutal scheduling, is upsetting, and it hasn't helped the Warriors at all. They got to play again tonight. They were in Utah last night. They lost a heartbreaker. Now they got to get dressed and go do it again tonight in their own gym. So it's not easy. But again, I don't advocate shortening the season to 72 games. I think play your full 82. Just give them more time between games. Let's be reasonable, you know?
Yep. See, and look at Dan Coach Emilio, our guy, Secure Money and NorCal Sports. Dan Coach Emilio checking in. NBA, please reduce to 72 games. Too many stars aren't playing back-to-backs. Imagine paying big bucks for a game.
Right.
That's what sucks, man. You pay big bucks for a game, and all of a sudden Steph's not playing.
But on the other hand, you are a professional athlete. You're a pro.
Yeah.
You're being paid multi-millions to play basketball for 6 months of the year. You got 6 months off, too. It's like, how many jobs do you get half the year off to go to hang out in Miami and go clubbing or whatever? It's like, I just think that, and Los D, I saw you post this a few minutes ago. Los D said, listen, it's a generational thing. This generation, whether you want to admit this or not, they're soft and they're spoiled and they're entitled. And I kind of do agree with that in a lot of ways.
What they're getting paid, Paulie. Like it all goes back to what they're getting paid. Like we talked about yesterday, punters getting paid $3 to $4 million a year now. Like, what? This goes under the cut the crap / what are we doing segment that we keep wanting to create, because seriously, punters, $4 million a year for a punter?
Yeah.
Like, that just blows. I don't know so the entitlement comes with how much these guys are getting paid. And then they say, oh, and then they try and run the show and call the shots. And it's like the respect level for the ownership and for the coaching staff is kind of out the window too.
And there's no respect for the fan base either. I don't think that most of these guys really care whether the fans are satisfied or not. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was Popovich who started this whole load management movement. He's the guy that made that a thing. I believe he was resting Kawhi a lot. He was back when they were down in San Antonio. He was resting Tim Duncan, and it wasn't that big a story then, but now it's spread throughout the league like a disease. Now everyone just taking games off. Yeah, I'm not playing tonight. Great. It's like, all right, that's not the way the rest of the world works. We show up to work, we go to work. It's what we do as adults. Except if you're a multimillionaire professional athlete, you play when you want to play. It's kind of what Tony's saying. They do. I think the players have way too much power these days, but that's what happens when you overpay. You've entitled these guys to think that they now run the league. And I'll tell you another thing. Now that we're getting this all in the open, Adam Silver, this guy is led around by the nose by the players. And by the way, he wants to add 2 more teams to the NBA, I think by 2028, more expansion. That is one of the things that drove me away from the NHL. At a certain point, you're watering down the Utah Mammoth. Are you effing kidding me? We need that. That's it. What are we doing, dude? Like, what are we doing? Like, it just gets too watered down. But Silver's doing that. He sees too many dollar signs, and he's going to expand the league again, and it's not going to help anything we're talking about ultimately.
Paulie, I don't know if you remember this, but you and I did a show with Rod Brooks years ago based on the thought of creating a fan revolution where fans just stopped going to games. Well, and what would happen to professional sports if literally fans just stopped going to games? And
they wouldn't be able to do business. Right. They would not be able to do business.
Stop buying merchandise. Yeah. Stop buying everything related to.
Stop buying the beer. Stop buying the barbecue pork sandwiches. All that stuff. But that's it has got, and that's the other thing. It's disappointing about all this. It's just a reality, and it's the same thing has happened in the music industry. But they have priced out so many people. It's just not an affordable night out. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys, and I have no problem saying this. I'm just being honest. If it wasn't for all of the connections we have through radio, through knowing people in the ticket offices, I would not go to a lot of games. Right. I wouldn't be able to bring a family of 4 to a bunch of games every year. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey. It's an expensive night out, man. And I think that's part of the problem. It's too expensive. A lot of really great fans have to stay home now because they simply cannot afford to go to the games. And that's really unfortunate.
So that goes back to Dan Coach Emilio's point. Imagine you spend a cool G on a Warrior game. 4 tickets, right?
Yeah.
And then you go and, and say, SGA is coming to town and you want to see OKC and their stars.
I want to see how many new flops he's invented, right? I want to see SGA, all the new ways he flings himself to the ground. Yeah,
And
not
his
a fan. Not a fan.
his new post game jackets, whatever he decides to wear post game. So, but I'm saying, like, and you want to see the Warriors stars and the OKC stars, and say some of them take a rest. And you're just like, I just spent $1,000 on this. Nothing against the guys who fill in, because we do
Nothing
like our
against Key Santos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a Santos fan, by the way. The more Santos, the better. I love everything. I love the curls. I love the tenacity. Tony, by the way, the show is slipping away from us. Where are we in the top three? Yeah,
that was 1B. So do
all right.
a quick number 2. Here we go. And I'm gonna give a visual aid for this one, because World Baseball Classic tonight, United States against Italy. We got Scooble going up against the Italians. And Paulie, they brought it back. They did it this year, and they did it 3 years ago with the espresso machine in the dugout, dude. And I gotta say, great move. Just a great move to bring it back, number one. And when they did it in 2023, great move. I was like, what is this? And now they do it to celebrate home runs. And they've actually hit, I think, 5 home runs in their games so far. But Italy, USA tonight. My question to you, Paulie, with this espresso machine in the dugout. Yeah. And I cite Angel Cabrera, former PGA golfer. He used to smoke cigarettes every fairway.
Yeah.
And then the other players in the PGA were like, that's nicotine, and that calms him, that soothes his nerves when he walks up the fairway. That's performance enhancing. So I have to ask you, have you considered, or do you think that taking an espresso shot during the game could be performance enhancing?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess technically it's a stimulant and all that. But, the problem is, though, it takes like 5 minutes to brew 1 cup of espresso. It's a long process. You got to grind that. You got to get that machine going. And those machines, they break all the time, those espresso makers. If anybody has a functional espresso maker, let me know, because most of them break all the time. Shout out to the espresso maker that Paulie Walnuts gave Carmella. On these, and theirs broke too. Carmela's broke too. I guess technically it's a stimulant, but on the other hand, God only knows what kind of junk those guys are pumping into their systems when no one's looking. So, although I will say this, if the Italians and go Italy, I love the Italians. If the Italians are brewing espresso in their dugout, why can't the United States, especially us Californians, why can't we be pulling bongs? And
or eat a gummy.
We're going to throw gummies up in the air instead of the confetti. Let's chuck gummies at each other. I'd be like a seal with my mouth open. Ooh, 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 just throw them in my mouth.
Totally. Or like what I do to the kids in Little League when they get to first base, if they get to first or third base, I give them like gummy bears. Like, hey, welcome to third base. Here's a gummy bear. Instead, third base coach, hey, whoever's coaching third base for the Giants this year, have a handful of gummies in your hand. When
instead of seeds, just give me some gummies, like a Thurman Munson style, just a big cheek full of gummies. Hey, and I happen to know somebody who has a bong, Humdinger 87. So maybe we donate that to the the USA baseball team. I don't know. And by the way, real quick, who do you like in the game tonight?
Oh, I like the United States.
Yeah, me too.
United, they're playing really, dude. Bobby Witt Jr. last night, the defensive plays that guy was making last night.
He was lights out. Yeah, he was made, and they were back to back. He made like back to back spectacular plays. Yeah,
and the underrated part of those plays was Bryce Harper on the other end of it.
Dude, at the one bag, not bad, not bad. Talk about a transition that he made that look awfully easy, man. Bryce Harper's going to the Hall of Fame. Yeah,
right. And what I really enjoy about the World Baseball Classic is really seeing these kids. No, well, not kids. These guys play so loose and have so much fun. And I love all the celebrations, and I love all the energy and the vibes of these teams. I love it, man. So I'm torn tonight. Of course, go USA. But if the Italians were to pull off an upset, I think that'd be amazing.
I gotta say too. Shout out to Joe Schmo, Tony. He goes, the Italians, pasta in the 7th, wine in the 9th.
Nice,
how about cannolis? If we go to extras, bring out the cannolis. Let's have a feast in the dugout. Yeah, why not?
But I got to be honest, when I take an espresso shot, I definitely get a boost of energy.
Your heart's going crazy. Boom, 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 boom. It like jacks up everything. Yeah.
Like I could see Mac. Can you imagine like a guy like Max Scherzer after a couple shots of espresso, like put him on the mound? The guy, his eyes would be bugging out of his head, man. So that's a good. kudos to Italy for having the espresso machine, but you know what? Then fine. Put a freaking bubbler or have you heard of the volcano, Paulie? You know the volcano?
Tell me about it. I don't know.
Well, a certain major leaguer who's no longer a major leaguer, but Gold Glover, I can't mention his name, but when I first met him, he said, come downstairs and let me introduce you to the volcano. So I went and he introduced me to the volcano. It's a big base that has like a balloon that attaches to it, and you fill the balloon. You fill the balloon.
Oh yeah.
With
it's like the see-through thing. Yeah, those kind of devices, they scare me actually. I don't need that kind of, you know what I mean? I don't need gimmicks and machinery. All I need is some rolling papers. I'm good. I'm all set. That's all.
It was wild, Paulie.
Yeah.
I was like, anyways, it was wild. So
Humdinger goes, fills the bag. I know. I've seen that thing. Those things, again, when you bring in the machinery, how about those things you see on Haight Street, dude? It's like a gas mask with tubes going out and stuff. I'm like, who's throwing that thing on to burn some earth? You got to throw on a freaking gas mask? That's pretty serious business. And again, I'm happy just rolling them up like a gentleman, Tony. You know,
a good rolled J is just the freaking best, man.
That's my territory. That's where I like to reside. Yeah,
especially with BC's backyard.
Delights. Yeah, Tony. Let's finish this top three for the love of God. You know, we're dragging
you, Paulie. Stand by.
Herb is a plant.
And
herbs are good for everything.
Love the cadence of that one. Herbs are good for everything. You can drop a drum beat under that and turn that into a song. It's
no question.
Yeah.
Okay, Paulie. And lastly, number 3 in Tony's top 3. Paulie, first of all, I'd like to congratulate you and your Santa Clara Broncos.
Dude, thank you. It really was a great game. I hope some of you got to watch that. And I'll encourage everybody to at least check in on the WCC title game tonight. Yeah. Our very own Santa Clara Broncos. Bust those. Let's go Broncos, dude. Yes. Their fan base was going nuts. They really did. They played their guts out. Those kids played their guts out, and they're taking on the almighty Zags tonight. So maybe one more magic carpet ride. That game, I believe, is a 6 p.m. start, ESPN2. Do check it out. Rags, you check in too. Give the Broncos a little bit of love, man. Back east, they need it. They need all the particles they can get tonight to compete with the Zags.
And shout out the Orleans Arena in Vegas where this game is being held. And Paulie, last night I was anti-Broncos, Buck the Broncos, because it was going up against my Gales. But tonight I'm all about the Broncos because I would love to see an upset of the Broncos beating Gonzaga. And, you know, I tip my cap to Gonzaga basketball, what they've been able to do over the course of, a couple decades now. Just a dominant West Coast basketball program. But go Broncos, man, especially on a neutral floor in Vegas, Orleans Arena. Paul Tonelli he's there on hand with a bunch of his buddies. So look for those knuckleheads on TV. If you see a guy, basically a guy who looks a lot like me, bald head, short, and just being spicy on the sidelines. That's my Uncle Paul. And he loves the WCC tournament. He goes every year. It's pretty awesome.
Arkansas Dave is now saying Tony has hijacked this and turned it into Tony's top 4. Are we done or are we still going? I don't know. Oh, finish your top 3. I think we're on number 3 now.
Number 3. What is the bet? So what do I have to do at our Giants opening night watch party at Standard Deviant at Pier 70, 1070 Maryland Street? 505 first pitch. You said yesterday the winner or the loser has to sing a song that the winner selects. So
I'm gonna give you a choice here. I'll give you a choice. You can do 2 things. One, you can sing a song to the group and I would have done the same. I was ready to. I figured I would be the guy singing. I didn't know Santa Clara could pull that off. So I was like, all right, I got to live up to my end of this. But it turns out the Broncos win. So Tony, you have a choice. You can either sing. Now I'm connecting this to the horse theme, to the Broncos. I'm saying you can sing Back in the Saddle by Aerosmith, a great cowboy song, to the group. Riding into town alone by the light of the moon. You know what I mean? I love Back in the Saddle, dude.
I mean, you only picked one of the hardest lead singers to try and sound like.
Yeah, it's not easy to sing his stuff. Give it a shot. Or something that involves no singing, but I need a prop and I need some help from the audience. You could alternatively, if you don't want to tackle Back in the Saddle, wear one of those huge styrofoam like cowboy hats, those gigantic cowboy hats. They're a joke really, but they're like those 10-gallon hats, but they're massive. and you just walk around with that thing on for like 20 minutes or so. It's up to you. So giant cowboy hat or back in the saddle. Those are your options.
Wow. Can I answer tomorrow? Can I
Sure.
give my answer tomorrow?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So it's been
Or
proposed.
I'll throw in a third option. You know how like when you ride horse, and I'm not a equestrian, obviously I'm a city boy, but those of you that ride horses, I know they wear those chaps. Dude, you could also just walk through Standard Deviant with the David Lee Roth assless chaps, also connected to being a cowboy horse riding. So you got assless chaps, giant cowboy hat, or you're singing back in the saddle. I'm giving you 3 options here.
By the way, Dom in the chat says the urban sombrero, dude. Shout out Elaine with the urban sombrero.
Great call. Yeah. Mr. Who's that? Mr. Peterman's catalog there.
Dude, the Peterman catalog, man. The urban sombrero episode is a classic.
You want to hear something crazy, bro? I actually had lunch with it was dinner with Mr. Peterman at the Edgewood Classic up in Tahoe. They do like this huge event where it's like a massive dinner for everybody, like a media thing. And I was sitting there with Murph, and all of a sudden Mr. Peterman walked right over to our table and sat down. I'm like, dude, Mr. Peterman's in the house. He was really cool. He was a really good guy. Yeah.
Oh, that's freaking rad. Well, he's an amazing character on Seinfeld. Amazing character.
Yeah.
So when he goes off on his opium stories about,
I was dancing with the devil or whatever he says. Yeah. Smoking the devil's juice or whatever. Tony, we're going to say, or unless you're still going, you're still going.
No, I'm done. I will decide tomorrow. I'll take those 3 options. I will ponder them. And then I'll decide tomorrow on tomorrow night's night flight, 8 p.m.
Okay, dude, Stevie B. Yam Yam. White Lotus, dude. Yam Yam. Great pull, Stevie B. Great pull. Yam Yam. The Dark Mistress or whatever he's saying all that. I want to shout out to Hum Daddies also. What's up, Jake, and the whole crew over there in the Hum Daddy corner of the universe. We're doing a special broadcast with the Hum Daddies on Friday. More on that later in the week, but do join us on the Hum Daddies channel as we are going to do a musical show on Friday afternoon, I think 4 o'clock. I'll give you all the details later in the week. But anyway, good to see you boys. Tony, let's talk about Carlos De La Fuente. And Flex.
I will, but 49ers Red Zone wants me to shave my ass. Just putting that
well,
out.
if you go chaps, I'm going to have to request the same. I'd like clean shaven cheeks if possible. We don't need hair poking through. We don't.
I'll put nair. Like I told you, I naired my back once in Hawaii.
Yeah.
I can use some nair again. Although, don't ever use nair. Everybody out there, don't ever use nair.
Although now the ladies of PMP are speaking. Noemi says no manscaping, none. Just come with a natural man. They're requesting natural man, as I say. It's up to you. All right, Tony.
You can act like a man.
Totally.
Sorry.
How about when he starts mocking him? Oh God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Slap. You can act like a man. Marlon Brand, 100% slapping Johnny
With
Fontaine.
the freaking cotton balls in his mouth, dude.
Playing with the kitten, dude. Petting the kitten. Yeah, he's got the kitten in his hands. Yeah. Oh, Godfather, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I know. It's the best. What am I gonna do? Yeah.
I only read because it's making me crack up because I literally just watched that movie after Robert Duvall passed away.
Yeah,
so I just watched it again. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I was like, God, it's still so incredible.
Best.
It's not just good; it's incredible.
I don't want my brother coming out of that bathroom with just his blank in his hands. You know what I mean? And it goes on forever. The Godfather. I'm with you on the 1,000,000%. Okay. Yeah. Tony, the godfather of finance is our very own Carlos De La Fuente, or at least I consider him the godfather. He's just one of the coolest guys we know. I'm a big Carlos De La Fuente fan.
Carlos would mind if we fed the ducks during his spot? I think
he'd probably encourage it. I think he'd probably support it and encourage it. So, Tony, let's talk about the services he provides. What do you got?
Actually, Paulie, Sorry, I got to do something else instead because we have David Shanklin in the mix, and we have.
Give us the loose. 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 What load would you like?
Yep.
Give us the loose.
Yes. Great track. Great freaking track. Great bass line. Heavy bass, the whole thing. Carlos De La Fuente, you know him, you love him. He is Los D. He's one of us. He will be with us on, I believe he's coming to the opening night, Giants opening night party. We look forward to hanging again, Carlos, big time. I hope Danny C comes too, Dan Coach Emilio, more on him tomorrow. But Carlos handles all financial matters related to real estate, commercial, residential, what have you. Think about Carlos as a one-stop shop for all personal loans, purchases, refinancing. He does it all, folks, and he has done it all. Private money loans, HELOC loans, all these different kinds of ways to benefit yourself financially. And for those of you, again, I like to stress this point because I think it's reality for a lot of us that this is a tough year, man. You see what's going on out here. The gas price, God bless you if you're going to fill up your car with gas. You need a second mortgage just to do that. The way things are going right now. So those of you that are really up against the wall, it's not a joke. I get it, man. I've been there myself. And you have to say, all right, well, how can I get some money in my pocket just to get through this? That's where you talk to Carlos, stuff like that. And tell him, be honest. Say, Carlos, man, listen, my back's against the wall. I need some cash to just get to the next 6 months. I think things are going to pick up, but I do need a little bit of, I got to work with something here. So he's got a variety of ways to put some cash in your pocket. One of his specialties happens to be the HELOC loan. That is a home equity line of credit. It allows you to pull money from your own mortgage, and it benefits you. It just goes right into your pocket. Carlos can handle that. Carlos can guide you through the wilderness when you are having financial difficulties or you just want to get into a better financial position. Again, Carlos, some of the particulars: San Francisco native, city boy, loves our Bay Area sports teams. You see him hanging out all the time, and he's got over 25 years of experience in the financial game. So those of you that need this kind of assistance or need to have just like a preliminary conversation, so many in the PMP familia have already worked with Carlos. So you guys can talk to yourselves about him. You know, ask each other questions about working with Carlos. You're going to hear a lot of positive reviews. I promise you that. Carlos is always going to give you great service. He is never going to steer you in the wrong direction. He will never allow you to do something that's going to wind up hurting you in the long run. And you never get whacked with these hidden fees. You never get the bill and you're like, wait a minute, what the hell is this? Service fee? What's a service fee? You know what I mean? Well, convenience fee. What's a convenience? Why am I giving you $100 more for a convenience fee? You're not getting that with Carlos. You're getting great business. You're being attended to like a valuable client. No escrow fees, no title fees, no appraisal fees, nothing like that. And finally, Tony, I would say about Carlos, he, again, think of him as the one-stop shop, but he will also handle your deal in a very timely fashion. He does not drag this thing out over like 4, 5, 6 weeks. He'll usually get it done within 7, 8 days. So you get in, you get out, you get yourself in a better place financially, or at least you develop a plan to get yourself in a better place financially. And that is the guy, Carlos De La Fuente. Carlos at myflexnow.com, Tony, or call him, 925-250-4894. And Carlos, thanks so much for all you've done, man. We freaking love you, man. We do.
Paulie, you just nailed it. Seriously, you just freaking covered the gamut right there. The only thing I wanted to just reiterate is that Carlos has talked to us about down payment assistance programs and how they will
shout out AC/DC real quick. Sorry, AC/DC, Bon Scott, Down Payment Blues. Great track. Tony, go ahead. Yeah. Sorry.
Well, just like that track is hot, those programs, those assistance programs are going to be hot in 2026, this entire year. And then as rates continue to go down and grants up to 3% are given to help with down payments and closing costs. And the best part, he says, is that this grant is forgiven and there's no need to pay it back once 6 months payments are made. So it's those types of angles and avenues that Carlos can take you down because he knows so much about the industry. And again, it's such an important decision. There are decisions like these in your life that you want to go with somebody you trust. And we trust Carlos. Those of you who have met him at our hangs, you see it. Or if you've watched our show and you've watched him come on our show, he's as genuine as they get. Mm-hmm. And so that's why we love having Carlos as a partner. Seriously, if you were thinking about buying or selling a home, give him a call, 925-250-4894. That's what we recommend as the phone call. Get the vibes of Los. Or when he comes to town for our opening day party, get a good hang with Los. Grab a beer and talk to him in person. Or you can email him, carlos@myflexnow.com. But he is, Paul, he's, like you said, the one-stop shop. And he's a great dude. And we love having him as a partner and a friend.
Thank you, Losty. Can't wait to see you in a couple of weeks. It's been too long, so we look forward to hanging out. Tony, here's what I'm going to say. Executive decision time, because we're getting up against it. We are going to move our bookmarks to tomorrow night, but I want to do birthdays before we go. So how about we do that? Because you said you had a great list of birthdays. I don't know what they are, but let's celebrate those. And then we'll do a Dr. Young spot, and then we can wrap and let everybody go about their day. So we'll move the bookmarks. I know there's a lot of them. We've got tons of Niner stuff in there we're going to get to, and we will. But let's just do the birthdays now, and then we'll do Dr. Young, and we'll wrap.
The good thing about the bookmarks is a lot of them are literally timeless. And so all I want to do is for 10 seconds, I want to bring this guy to the stage, because there's Joy Boy. That's a little tease for tomorrow night's bookmarks. Joy Boy just saying hello. Party time is over. Okay, Paulie? Party time is over with Joy Boy. The birthdays for today, though, because those are not timeless. Those are only happening today. Paulie. Right. Chuck Norris, dude. Chuck freaking Norris, dude.
Talk about a nice man chest with fur all over the place. We're talking manscaping on the chat line. I see you guys. He was a furry dude from way back. And how old is Chuck now? How old is he?
Do you want to take a guess, or do you want to?
I'll guess that he's 81.
Dude, 86.
Wow. God bless. He's probably going to live forever, Chuck. No, he's probably healthy as a horse, that guy. You know? Yeah.
He's doing great. And your mom is cool. One of our favorites in the PMP familia. Your mom is cool, a.k.a. Mark Wiseman.
Yeah.
Who is just a dear friend and watches the show as often as possible from his classroom at Gunn High School. By the way, he tunes in live from his classroom. He is a huge Chuck Norris guy and has a Chuck Norris daily calendar. So he'll spread the Chuck Norris love today for sure. Chuck Norris shares his birthday with Sharon Stone today.
You know what? I like Sharon Stone. As the years have gone on, I've become a more and more big Sharon Stone fan. And she was, remember when she was dating the guy who owned the Chronicle, and she was living up the street there in Pacific. She was living in Seacliff, I think. Phil Bronstein, was that the guy's name? The guy who owned the Chronicle. They were married for a while. So she was a city girl and stuff. But I dig Sharon Stone. I do.
Me too, dude. I'm a big fan. And she's 68 today, dude, which that surprised me too.
Let me tell you what about Sharon Stone. And I'm not, again, believe me, you want to talk about flaws, you're looking at one of the most flawed people you'll ever meet. I can promise you that. But I want to say that I really admire the way she has let herself just grow old naturally. Like, you see some women doing this. A lot of women don't do that. Hollywood types. A lot of plastic surgery, like Madonna, the poor Madonna, Material Girl. What has she done to herself? She looks crazy now. But Sharon Stone just looks like she's aging naturally, and it's a great look. I think she looks really good. And happy birthday, Sharon Stone. I'm a fan.
And happy birthday, Sharon Stone. And just to go back to Chuck Norris, an example of something that the Chuck Norris calendar would say is Chuck Norris doesn't blow out his birthday candles on his birthday cake.
He leg sweeps them. Yeah, what does he do?
He suffocates them with his stare.
Yeah, fine.
Right, 100%. Exactly. Also on today, March 10th, 2026, John Hamm's birthday.
John Draper. Hey, John Draper. How old is Drapes?
55, double nickels.
Hey, he's like right in my ballpark. That's cool. I feel better about myself knowing I got Don Draper as a like a mid-50s type. Tony, quick question. On the show Mad Men, his go-to drink was the old fashioned. Yeah, and great drink. I know you're a big cocktail guy. I'm more of a wine beer guy. What is what's in an old fashioned? Just run that by me real quick.
I think it's sugar water. Like it's basically bourbon or rye whiskey. You can do simple syrup or sugar water, right?
So it's a sweet drink?
Yeah, and then you have I love the Angostura bitters, right? And then you want to do an orange twist, like an orange peel twist. And it's a great drink, man. Great drink. And yes, having that drink cart. Can we go back to the days of drink carts during the workday? Like somebody roll me over a drink cart right now, and I could have a cocktail in the middle of the day. That's not a bad way to.
You had to have a bar set up. This is like pre my era too. This is like more my dad's era. But my dad was in advertising. He was an advertising guy, and that's just how it was back then. They would all have bars in their offices because it was considered impolite to have like a meeting without offering guys a drink. Like during the meeting, you got to have a drink. You got to offer somebody a drink. And I got to say one other thing about Mad Men. When you watch Mad Men, it's so bad, but it used to make me want to smoke. Yeah. Like I would watch that show. He looked so good smoking butts. I was like, God, that look.
Oh.
I might need to fire one up just out of respect. You know what I mean?
Holy dude, I'm going through this with Stranger Things right now with my kids because it takes place in '84.
Oh.
And the main character, Hopper, dude, he's the sheriff of the town, Hawkins, Indiana, and he lights up. He in a restaurant in the episode.
Oh, like nothing, like it's nobody's business. Tony, when I was in Jersey going to high school, I'm not exaggerating, and I did smoke in high school. I smoked. Everybody smoked. Dude, we would march into the store. 14 years old. Yeah, give me a pack of Marlboro Lights, please. Give me a pack of Merritts. You know what I mean? 14. No questions asked. None. What else you guys need? You know what I mean? It was like, so back then, you got to understand the world was so different. I mean, pretty much everybody in our high school smoked at one point or another.
Oh.
A lot. Thank God I quit also while I was in high school. But every now and again, Tony, every now and again, I might need to fire one up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I talk about mixed emotions. I'm sitting there on the couch watching the show with my kids, and I'm watching Hopper smoke, and I have these conflicted feelings of like my kids sitting right next to me, but in my mind I'm thinking, God, that he's making me want to take a drag of a smoke.
Totally.
Just the way he's doing it, I'm like, stop this, stop thinking that.
Yeah.
We're not. By the way, we're not promoting smoking.
No, the opposite. I'm a non-smoker. It's one of the best things I've ever done, but it does bring back. You get pangs every now. And Don Draper, dude, he just looks so freaking cool smoking butts.
Yes. So Don Draper, happy birthday. Also, by the way, John Hamm, a great actor, great in Top Gun Maverick, also great in The Morning Show on Apple TV. Check out The Morning Show on Apple TV. It's fantastic on Apple TV. Jennifer Aniston's love interest, Paulie.
He kind of plays like an Elon Musk type of guy, like this independent, extremely wealthy guy. And he is great. I forgot about his role on that. When's the new season? I need more morning show now.
It's a great question. I'm not sure, but give me more. Give me more. Paulie, then we'll go, dude. Oh, here we go, man. 65 years young today. Number 61 on the Niners. Jesse Sapolu, 65 years old today. I love Jesse
for life, for freaking life. Don't forget, this guy had like heart surgery during the season and just kept playing. He's got that Hawaiian toughness to him, dude. And I'm serious. There is a Hawaiian toughness that's very unique to the football players that come over from the islands and they play in the mainland like Jesse. They're just a different kind of tough. And I love Jesse so much. Versatile. McKittrick used to move him all over the line. He could play any position and he practically did play guard, played center. Happy birthday, Jesse. We all love you, man. We freaking love you, buddy.
Like one of the unsung Niner heroes of Niner.
And you see him in the post game, Tony, wearing his glasses. He would look like the studious, he was the oh man.
And he'd wear them down low on his nose too. Yeah. Like he's like, it's the bit like they're readers. Okay, so and then just a few more, Paulie. Edie Brickell, happy birthday to Edie Brickell. She's 60 today. Edie Brickell's 60
That's
today.
Mrs. Paul Simon, by the way, on the streets. When Paul Simon drags his 85-year-old ass out of bed every day and goes to the kitchen, Edie Brickell is standing there making the coffee and stuff. How great is that? And I saw Edie Brickell. Here it comes, folks. If you want it, you got it. 7/14/90 Foxborough Stadium. I saw that was my last Brent Midland show, by the way, because Brent checked out like 2 weeks after that. But the Grateful Dead at Foxborough with Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians, they opened that show and they were really good. I enjoyed the band, Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians. They were good.
That's a band. That's an opener I definitely would have gotten in early to check out.
Yeah.
And there was something about her hippie vibe, man, that was so just like engaging. Like, it
was like the prototype hippie chick. Like she was like was it.
Yeah. If I could like put a picture for the next to the word frolic in the dictionary, like I could see her frolicking through like a I don't know, a big garden of daffodils. I don't know.
I'm not aware of too many things, and no one to know if you know what I mean. Do ya? All the Deadheads were pissed off though because that guitar player basically just stole Jerry's tone, like wah 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 wah. He basically took Jerry's guitar sound, but I didn't mind. I enjoyed that band. They were out of Texas, another great band out of Texas.
Dude, totally. And giving Texas a good name, Paulie. Just three more. Okay?
Keep coming.
We got actually just your guy, Justin Herbert. birthday today, Justin.
Happy
Herbert.
birthday, Justin. I hope you're able to get out of bed and walk around in one piece. The beating that guy takes
Yeah, totally.
is second to none. Second to none.
Hey, it's the Chargers. The only thing they should be focused on in this offseason
Offensive
is
line.
yes.
Offensive line. And Harbaugh knows this. He knows this. That's what he did in San Francisco. He built a brick wall in front of Alex Smith and Frank Gore. Bro,
Yep.
you got to help this kid. He's going to get killed on the field. I mean, I feel all he wants for his birthday present is a good offensive line. So Harbaugh, make it happen for God's sake.
Dude, he'd get up, his shoulder pad would be out of his shirt.
Oh, his helmet's turned sideways, dude.
Helmet sideways, dude. Like, God, it's just a mess. So
Yeah.
we're Justin Herbert fans here on Polymax Particles. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe at Polymax Particles on YouTube. Please, when you visit, please go there. Also, Paulie, Jeff Ament and Rick Rubin share a birthday today. They're the same age. They're birthday brothers, literally. Rick Rubin, Jeff Ament. And I got to thank Don Peralta for the creativity book that he gave me or gave us from written by Rick Rubin. Phenomenal read. You could pick up and just open to any page and just a life lesson right there. Bang. Right there.
You want to hear something cool about Jeff Ament? I'm a fan. I'm a big fan. I love that he plays a stand-up bass sometimes during acoustic numbers. I'm like, he's just a cool cat. He's got that hat on. You know what I mean? Wears that fur hat. But check this out, Tony. Did you know that one of Jeff Ament's basses has the name Tom Peterson on it from Cheap Trick? So when and it's on the neck. So when he looks down, he's like reminding himself of what inspired him to be on stage playing bass in the first place. And he's got Tom Peterson's name on the neck of his bass. I always thought that was so freaking cool. So happy birthday, Jeff. I hope to see you in the Pearl Jam guys at ASAP. I could use a couple of Pearl Jam shows, to be honest with you.
Yeah, come on down, Jeff. Come down the coast, man. Come down. Although he's in like Montana, I think.
Yeah. He's a Montana guy. Yeah.
He's Montana. That's right. But love his bass playing. Love him. Love Pearl Jam. So yes, great call. A big hoops fan and skateboarding fan.
Yes.
And Rick Rubin, just a master at what he does. And then, by the way, Rick Rubin doesn't know how to play instruments. Isn't that fascinating?
Yeah, he just sits around and meditates and strokes that long beard and makes hit records, basically. Yeah.
I love it. In an interview with Anderson Cooper, he says, I just tell people what sounds good to me.
Yeah.
And then people end up liking stuff that sounds good to me, and I've made a career out of it.
And let's not forget where Rick Rubin started, dude. He was a student at NYU. He created the Def Jam record label in his dorm room. And he brought the Beastie Boys, Run DMC, Public Enemy, LL Cool J, just to name a few. He brought all of those guys to the world. And so for that, I say thank you. And he also produced some great Johnny Cash stuff. He produced Tom Petty, produced the Red Hot Chili Peppers. He's done everybody. He did a Black Sabbath record, for Christ's sakes. I mean, he's Rick Rubin. Respect, brother. Happy birthday.
Totally. And if you ever get a chance to listen to any of his interviews or his podcast, or just do it, you'll be a better person afterwards. Now, Paulie, for the last one, I'm going to try this. This is just this is a new sound. Like there's a new soundboard on StreamYard. This is labeled drum roll bongos. Okay, this is labeled drum roll bongos for the final birthday announcement of today.
Dude, we've got ourselves a new soundbite. I love that. It sounds great. Sounds freaking great. Keep that.
And then, hold on. Then there's also a gong.
Hey, I'll tell you right now, back in the 70s, you couldn't be in an arena rock band and be a drummer without a gong.
Right.
Neil Peart had one. John Bonham had one. Peter Criss had one. Everybody had a gong back then. Dude, gongs ahoy. Let's go.
Didn't Alex Van Halen have a gong?
Alex definitely had a gong. He used to light his gong on fire, and he would light his mallet on fire and hit the gong with a flaming mallet. 100%. Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Gongs,
sorry. We're about to wrap here, but look at this shot. I just found of Alex Van Halen, man. Look at that shot. Oh shoot, where'd it go? No, hold on.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it for a second. Oh, look at that.
There it is. Look at that one.
Yeah. See if you can do this. Enter Alex Van Halen flaming gong. Put out flaming gong. See what comes up.
Stand by. Yeah. But Alex Van Halen, flaming gong. Those are new sound effects I just saw in StreamYard. A gong and bongos. So we just use those. Flaming gong, you said, Paulie?
That's what I'm calling for. I want the flaming gong. He used to dip it in.
You're making me think of Flaming Dragon from Tropic Thunder.
Oh, dude, forget. Oh, okay, Flaming Dragon. F head or whatever Tom Cruise. How about I bring you a hobo's blank cheese? You know what I mean? Instead, yeah.
And doesn't he say F your fat face or something?
Yeah, take a step back and literally F your own face. Yeah, yelling at Flaming Dragon. How you doing on the Flaming Gong? Anything?
Alex, man. Sorry.
I'll take my word for it. Yeah, dude, Woods, you know what I'm talking about. Unchained at the Oakland Coliseum. 100%, but you got it?
Here we go.
Okay, Let's do it.
Oh, wow. Check. I mean, I can't see Alex, but you can see the
Flames. Okay,
yeah,
good.
Just outrageous, man. There we go.
Yeah, bingo. Flaming freaking gongs for everybody right there. There you go. Light it up.
I mean, that's incredible, dude.
Well, that was in the Van Halen heyday. That's when seeing Van Halen was like the biggest party on planet Earth. I mean, they had a hell of a run. The first 6 records with David Lee and all the tours they did back then, this is the kind of stuff you were getting. And Alex Van Halen, actually a very underrated drummer. The guy's really good, but he was in his brother's shadow the whole time, so no one really talked about him. But he always reminded me of John Bonham. He played a lot like Bonham, but with double bass drums, and he was a total badass. Okay, are we done with the birthdays, Tony?
No, I gave you the drum roll bongos because I wanted to say born in 1994, and Noemi. Check out Noemi. We're on the same page, Noemi. She's a super because of it. She says, I know y'all aren't forgetting Bad Bunny's birthday today. So Bad Bunny, happy birthday. And by the way, it's official, the most watched halftime show in the history of NFL halftime shows. So Bad Bunny, great freaking job. I thoroughly enjoyed the halftime show, and happy birthday to Bad Bunny.
One of the, yes, Noemi, of course. Your wish is our command. You're one of our favorites. And I got to tell you, did you know, like when Bad Bunny did his halftime show, he had all of those other people like with not credited, but they were all like dancing in the background. One of those people was Jessica Alba. Yep. I didn't know this until yesterday. Did you know that one of the coolest cats in the NFL, Joe Burrow, is dating Jessica Alba? And here's the best thing. I think he's like 26 years old, 27 years old. She's 44.
Right.
She looks incredible. But Joe Burrow and Jessica Alba are an item. How about that? Yeah.
Wow, dude, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Go Joe.
Older. Yeah, go Joe, totally. Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And go Jessica. That's
go
great.
Jessica, go Joe. She's got herself a younger man, and he's got himself an older, experienced woman. I hope the two of them are very happy. I like both of them. I love Joe Burrow, and I like Jessica Alba too.
Dude, Noemi on the chat says beige don't age. That's a great line.
No, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. Beige don't age. That's a great phrase. Yeah.
Hey, Jessica, can you get Joe to bring back the frosted tips? Because he got away from the frosted tips. I
would be willing to bet he'll do just about anything she tells him to do. That'd be my guess.
I want frosted tips back.
Seriously. Jessica, you tell me what you want, and it's done. It's a done deal. I think that's pretty much what every man in America would say to that. Yeah.
Can we also just send vibes to Joe Burrow to stay healthy? Like,
dude, another guy.
A full season of Joe Burrow would be good for the entire NFL.
Joe Burrow, I'm saying it right now. I don't want to get into a whole thing, but Joe Burrow is 10 times the quarterback that Patrick Mahomes is. He just doesn't have the team around him. Yep. He's never had a defense. I mean, he went to that one Super Bowl and lost to the freaking Rams, your buddy over there to coach and the whole bit. But the elf, you know what I mean? Stafford, am I going to play? He's coming back. Stafford's coming back. But anyway, yeah, Joe Burrow, man, my hat's off to you. Okay, you know who else my hat is off to? Dr. Matt Young and the Young Dental Group. Yes. We love Dr. Young. What?
Let me get in the mouth, Paul.
Get me in the mouth. Get me in that Rolling Stones mouth, ASAP. Where we belong. Where we belong, in the belly of the beast. Okay, info.
Love lift us up where we belong. That's all.
Yeah, 100%. Little Joe Cocker. I told you. Mm-hmm. Page and Plant, Jagger Richards, Cocker. You know what I mean? That's my go-to. Okay, Cocker. Info at youngdentalsf.com. Dr. Matt Young. I hope he comes out and celebrates opening night with us as well. I'm going to encourage him to do that. I know he's been super busy. We've been super busy. I haven't been getting enough Dr. Young in my life lately, just on a personal side. So I hope to change that soon. But Dr. Young, 25 years in the business, great dentist and a great human being, family man, San Francisco resident, and I mean in the city. He is a real city guy. His office is down in Union Square, 490 Post Street. General dentist, implant dentistry. He does it all, folks, and he can take appointments Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. He can accommodate you on Saturday, which is pretty freaking awesome. All of us are so busy these days. He's got a great staff down there. And the work Dr. Young does is you're getting the best dental, attention you can receive, but it's also just that touch that he has, man. Like his whole atmosphere, his whole personality, it's just conducive to chilling you out and relaxing you. And you need that when you're in the dentist chair, man. It can be a long thing sometimes, depending on the process. And if you're taking care of your teeth, go in for a checkup and a cleaning. If you think you need some work, you got a toothache, get in there and tell Dr. Young, let him straighten it out for you. He will do that. He will put you at ease. He will relax you. The entire team will. And we talk about his specialty, which happens to be implant surgery and implant restorations. He is the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. We talk about, the positive reviews. I know he's already worked with a bunch of us in the PMP Familia, but if you're out there lurking, you're watching the show, you're like, yeah, I hear these guys talking to Dr. Young. I don't know. You got to trust me. You got to just please trust me on this one. This is the guy you want as your dentist. Super cool dude. Kind of intimidating with his good looks. Like he's such a good looking dude, and he's got the bronze skin and the hair and the teeth. He's a very handsome guy. But please do read the thousands of positive reviews. His patients love him, and I happen to be one. Tony's one. Tony's already had his entire family down there. He accepts pretty much all the insurance, the major insurance companies. I don't think you can have any problems there. And if you're ready to make a switch, maybe you're not happy with your dentist, this is the guy. Shoot him an email, info@youngdentalsf.com. You can also call Dr. Young anytime, 415-392-8611. Hope to see you soon. Dr. Matt Young, everybody.
Paulie, 1,595 reviews on Google.
That's what
4.9 rating out of 5 stars. 4.9 rating and almost 1,600 reviews, Paulie. Molly, in just literally 2 weeks ago, in end of February, says everyone was friendly, kind, and knowledgeable. I felt like they immediately understood my dental history and current needs and provided helpful dental education and a plan of care that I feel confident about. I look forward to continuing to go to this practice for dental care. Steve Douglas quickly just says, great dentist, exclamation point. Barbara says, it was all good. Great staff. Karen says, the staff here is awesome. Those are just a few of the reviews, most recent reviews on Google, but 1,600 reviews, 4.9 rating out of 5 stars. And Paulie, the last thing I want to hit on, we haven't talked about this a lot, but I did the whitening program through Dr. Young.
Yeah, you look really good, dude. He really did. He made you smile. You got very white teeth now. Nice look. Yeah.
I love coffee. I love red wine.
I know, me too. It's like the enemy of white teeth, but I do it every day. I know. Yeah.
And red wine. I think I consume both most days. And Dr. Young took me under his wing, and you can do this too, and do the whitening program. Maybe you just don't want dental work, but you want to do the whitening program. Go see Dr. Young and the Young Dental SF group. Email them info@youngdentalsf.com or call 415-392-8611. 415-392-8611. Do the whitening. It's the coolest little procedure. They give you little molds of your teeth, and you put it in your mouth for, it could be as short as 5 minutes or as long as you want for an hour. And then you take it out and you wash your teeth and you see instant results and you keep doing it.
Yeah.
It's badass, Paulie. I got to say, I never thought I'd care so much about the color of my teeth. My daughter made the comment and I'm like, oh boy.
Well, once you get those white teeth, you don't want to go back to dirty, stained, yellow, brown teeth. You want to keep them clean, man. I totally get that.
Boom. So it's like, hey, I never thought I'd be interested in it. Now that I've done it, it's fantastic. So I highly recommend the whitening program with the Young Dental Group as well. Again, open till 7 p.m. weekdays and on Saturdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. They are there for you. They are there for you. Thank you, Dr. Young. Go Cats, by the way. Dr. Young's son,
Go
Joe.
Cats, get them, Cats, the whole bit. Yeah.
Starting freshman baseball. And I believe that the SI Wildcat varsity team is down at Palo Alto today. Go Cats against Palo Alto. They're finishing up their preseason not scrimmages, they're full games, but they're preseason games before they start WCIL play, I think next week or the week after that. So go Cats.
Go Cats and go Dr. Young. Thank you so much for everything. And thank you guys too. Thank you for everybody supporting the show. Final word comes from Dom Peralta. Dommy, one of our favorite guys out there. He says, when you go see Dr. Young, ask him if he has any Cinderella. You know what? The answer is yes. You ask him, you're going to get it. Dr. Young, you got night songs. Hey, Dr. Young, you got long, cold winter. You know what I mean? Like, you got any dude, how about this? You got any Tom Kiefer solo stuff?
Oh.
He'll say, let me check. And he'll come back with the headphones. Next thing you know, you got Night Songs going on while he's working. And by the way, not a bad album, Night Songs. Somebody Save Me, Shake Me, the whole bit. And the song, Night Songs itself, great song. Night Songs. It's heavy track.
Great tune. And just for those of you who don't know the riff, we really do mean it. Dr. Young and the staff will play whatever music you want to listen to while they're working on your teeth. They will put headphones on you and you select the music you want to listen to, and it chills you out. I chose Jack Johnson. It was freaking great. It put me on a beach in Hawaii listening to Jack Johnson. Anyways, that's the riff about Put on Cinderella. You could want Wasp, Guar, Rush,
Wasp, dude. Wasp. You got anything? You got Wasp for first album? You got anything? You got
He'll look it up and find it.
You will. Wasp. Let me see. Let me check. Yeah. Let me see.
Blackie Lawless. He'll put Blackie Lawless in your ears, and you'll be a happy camper. So whatever your pleasure. It could be shadow dancing, right? It could be the Bee Gees. It could be whatever you want.
Patty from Napa checking in from Lake Havasu. She goes, does Dr. Young play Bon Jovi or did Paulie ban it? No. Patty, I've yielded to you. I really have. I'm staying out of the way. You and John Bon do your thing. It's all good. I support it. We even did a John Bon Jovi musical assignment this year. We've already done that. So Rex, Blind in Texas, Gravy. Totally. We're shouting out Cinderella songs. I love it. All right, guys, we're out of here. We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll do much more NFL free agency. But I got to say, had a fun show today. I had a good time. Hope you guys did too. Hum Daddies, Particle Patton. What's up, Holmes? Los D, you got Dami, you got the Nutter, you got Will Sparks, Miguel, the Hum Daddies. There's Dan Coach Emilio. We'll see you tomorrow, brother. Thanks for supporting the show, you guys. Lamb of God. You got any Lamb of God back there? You got any Slipknot? You know what I mean? He will come with the Slipknot if that's what you need. Tony, let's do this. Let's take us home. We'll reschedule Fareed. We have later in the week, we'll do a big Giants thing with Kerry Crowley. He's going to join us on Thursday.
Hold on. You mentioned Patrick Patton.
I did.
This is how we're going to end the show today, Paulie, but let me know when you're ready to end the show. And then
I'm ready. Let's go. Take us home, man.
He sent us this, and it's just a nice vibe. And we can play this again tomorrow in the night.
By the way, shout out to the Terrapin to the left of the tracks right there. I see him watching the train. I love it. Yep.
So Patrick Patton, the creator of Particle Land that we can show again tomorrow night. Miriam suggests requests the Particle Land most times. But this is from Patrick Patton. He sent this in last week, and I've been meaning to get it on the show. So pauliespod@gmail.com. If you ever want to send anything to us, we'll try to get it on the show. But this is a great little piece from Patrick Patton. Paulie, here we go.
Dude.
How great is that, dude? Isn't that great?
I want to go deeper on this. I love it. I could watch that all day. I really could. I could watch that all freaking day. Okay, Mr. Patton, here's my question to you. It sounds like a 77, maybe a 78. Am I right? I think so. Nice. Could be a what are we talking? Are we talking San Bernardino Swing Auditorium 77? Is that what I'm hearing right there? It sounds like it. It's got that really clean 77 sound.
It's so good, dude. Paulie and I remember the first time I ever heard that. I'm a late bloomer to the Dead, and when I heard that, I'm like, this is one of the greatest pieces of music I've ever heard in my life, ever.
Terrapin Station for freaking life, dude. And the trains put his brakes on Terrapin. Don't get me going at the end of the show. Don't wind me up.
I know, but remember seeing it, Phil and Friends at Angels Camp? Do you remember seeing it? Phil and Friends at Angels Camp with Winks? Oh,
yeah. God. Dude, Winks had a hard time that night. Winks got a little bit. He went way out there, and at one point, I remember he was like trying to keep his balance. We were up on this hill. It was a whole scene. You want to talk Particle Land, Tony? You went deep into Particle Land that weekend. Deep, dude, deep. We all had the tents. Yeah, that was great. I missed
it. The only piece of music maybe better than Terrapin Station is Stand By. And then, of course, we cannot forget Diamond Dave and VH. There
Dude,
we
great show today. We hit everything from NFL free agency, NBA scheduling, Alex Van Halen's flaming gong. We covered it all, folks, and that's why we're here. Hope you guys had a good time. I know Tony and I did, and we will see all of y'all tomorrow night. Hey, enjoy the sporting. It's going to be a big sports night. WCC title game, Sharks, Buffalo, Warriors, Bulls, and of course, World Baseball Classic. The Americans are playing the Paisans, and we'll review all of that tomorrow. That's right, Rags. Rise and fall to get to Terrapin. You do that, and I'll see all of y'all tomorrow night on the night flight. Cheers, everybody.
Shout out Marky Banez. That's the sporting life, Paulie. See you
Hell
everybody
yeah.
tomorrow. See you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Peace, y'all.